How many times have you heard about millionaire and billionaire stories? We've seen lots of these stories on Facebook and YouTube. We all get inspired to be like them one day, and we even try our best to take on their habits and apply them to ourselves. But these rich people are more than just their habits. Their personality traits also contribute to their success. While success can and does signify different things to different individuals, income is a frequent component. So, what distinguishes wealthy people? Well, please share your thoughts in the comments below and watch till the end to find out how you can keep your rich income with you into retirement. Welcome back to The Grand Luxury. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. A recent study compared the personality attributes of 130 millionaires to those of the general population. Rich people tend to be more extroverted. That makes sense. Nobody accomplishes anything worthwhile while on their own. Their ability to interact with others, build relationships, motivate, and inspire others is essential. Talk loud and the coins clink loud, am I right? Just kidding. But there might be some truth to that. Ever heard of Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs is an extrovert, and he is one of the most successful people in the world, having been the man behind your Apple devices. Pretty nifty to be extroverted. Extroverted people are talkative, determined, entrepreneurial, active, and courageous. Being extroverted also permits people to feel at ease doing things differently than others and sticking to decisions that others may disagree with. However, it's also true that introverts can be extremely successful. Rich people tend to be more conscientious. Are you one of those people who aren't fond of tidying up? May we guess that you might be a procrastinator? Don't worry, we've all been there too. But hey, listen, rich people aren't like that at all. They're super organized and very productive, and that just makes absolute sense, doesn't it? Mind blown. See, people that are conscientious are thorough, careful, diligent, efficient, well-organized, timely, ambitious, and persevering. In fact, studies suggest that people who marry someone diligent tend to get more promotions, make more money, and are happier at work. Conscientiousness is the most prominent personality feature of the ultra-wealthy. The ultra-rich are typically goal-oriented. The vast majority of wealthy people stated that they consistently honor their promises, which has allowed them to gain the trust of their business partners and investors. It's safe to say that all millionaires are like this. Just look at how wide their smiles are and how at ease they are with their work. Talk about peak productivity. Rich people tend to be more emotionally stable. Obviously, yes. Making emotional decisions can equal long-term success. Rich people are more egotistical and have a more powerful internal locus of control. This means that they are more likely to agree with statements like, "I choose how my life ends out," than with statements like, "What you achieve in life is primarily a matter of luck or fate." In short, they don't just rely on fate. Have you met someone who wants to be rich but only relies on winning the lotto or on sheer luck? Well, this isn't the way to become wealthy. Rich people are not like that. They don't just depend on a four-leaf clover. They make things happen. They work hard for things to happen, and when they make rational decisions, they make sure that they set aside their emotions to focus clearly on their goal. Are you making note of that? You better be. Rich people tend to be less neurotic. People with a high level of neuroticism are anxious and regularly worry about everything that could possibly go wrong. They have a tendency to respond impulsively and are not very mentally stable. Okay, stop right there. That's bad. There are people who have tumbled down the rabbit hole because of anger issues. We don't want that, do we? The wealthy are emotionally more stable and, therefore, less neurotic. Yes, it's difficult to be as successful when you're moody, anxious, frightened, or afraid. This is why it's important to look after your own mental and emotional health. Ever heard of Nick Vujicic, the man with no arms and legs? He used to be very suicidal, but at one point he accepted himself wholly and began to look after his mental health. Now he is much happier and, in turn, more successful. It's a huge key and factor to your path to success. Rich people tend to be more self-centered. That doesn't sound good, does it? However, as Adam Giant points out, humble narcissists have high expectations for success and also understanding that great accomplishments are virtually always the result of teamwork. Money does not always buy happiness. As a result, wealthier people feel more pleasant emotions focused on self, while poorer people find greater delight in their relationships and capacity to connect with others, according to a study summary. As a result, when wealthy people are happier, it is usually due to emotions that are more self-centered, such as pride and contentment. Meanwhile, for the less fortunate, pleasure is primarily focused on feelings of compassion and love for others. Well, sure, wealth has many advantages that might increase happiness. Wealthier people, for example, tend to be in better health, and better health influences most people's happiness. And affluent people who spend their money in certain ways, such as buying themselves more free time, might increase their overall satisfaction. Hey there, what do you think about these personality traits so far? We hope you've learned a lot about them because we're still going forward with the video. Before revealing the second half of this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and share Grand Luxury with your friends. You will never get rich by working for someone else. According to experts, research suggests that exceptionally high achievers may belong to a group that differs in various personality qualities, including more extroversion and conscientiousness, lower neuroticism, and higher narcissism, and locus of control. The final section on control brings up a vital point. You will never become wealthy by working for someone else, and you will never be wealthy if you have a safe, good work-life balance, time clock-punching professional existence. A combination of strong extroversion, conscientiousness, and openness, as well as lower agreeableness and neuroticism, has been defined as the entrepreneurial personality profile. This is supposed to cover basic entrepreneur affordances, such as recruiting new consumers, managing finances, producing creative products, dealing with suppliers, and coping with long periods of uncertainty and risk. What the International Revenue Service thinks. Surprisingly, the IRS also believes that working for someone else will never get you rich. While the IRS Statistics of Income Division may appear to be the place where fun dies, there is some interesting data lurking in the charts and tables. In 2014, for example, it took $126.8 million in adjusted gross income to break into the top 400, making a mere $126.8 million only placed you on the list. The top 400's average earnings were $202.4 million. The top 400 earned an average of $192.1 million in capital gains income, with capital asset sales accounting for well over half of their earnings. To be sure, some of that could have come from stock investments, but the vast majority came from selling, in part or in whole, of business holdings. So, what does all of that data mean? Working for a paycheck will not make you wealthy, nor will putting your money in secure income assets or focusing solely on blue-chip companies. Owning a firm or enterprises, whether in part or in partnership, can not only help you establish a solid wealth foundation, but it can also generate a large cash windfall later. What makes the super rich tick? This study on the psychology of the super rich concluded that the wealthy are mentally very stable. It also revealed that they are more receptive to new experiences, more extroverted and more conscientious, but not always agreeable. In contrast to the recent survey of 130 wealthy people mentioned above, the research of the super rich involved in-depth interviews lasting 1 to 2 hours apiece. The super rich responses did not only take a minimalized version of the Big 5 test, but also the thorough version with 50 questions. One of the most important conclusions was that the super rich are often nonconformists. They prefer swimming against the current and have no trouble defying popular opinion. Another finding is that the super rich are more inclined than others to make decisions based on intuition. They rely on intuition rather than thorough analysis. Most significantly, they approach defeats and setbacks in a fundamentally different way than most others. People in general prefer to take credit for their accomplishments while blaming others for their failures and setbacks. As the interviews revealed, the super rich are significantly different in this regard. They strive to locate the sources of their difficulties within themselves rather than in external events or other people. This provides people with a sense of power. If the fault is mine, I can fix it. I am in charge of my own life. There are many reasons why some people succeed in becoming wealthy while others do not. But the exact mix of personality traits discovered in both studies is undoubtedly one of them. We've reached the end of the video. Rich people become wealthy by behaving differently than others, and they behave differently because they think, make decisions, and react in ways that most others do not. Fitzgerald was apparently correct when he said, "The rich are not like you and me." What do you think? Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below. Alright guys, we're wrapping up today's video, and we hope you enjoyed today's topic. Thanks for visiting our channel. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and check out more on the Grand Luxury channel. Until next time,